If you are a runner or an athlete over 30 and you are dealing with chronic pain, here are 3 quick ways that you can add mileage back onto your body. You don't need to be pushing through that amount of pain. Believe me, I've been there. These 3 exercises, along with my understanding of how the body moves, helped me escape chronic pain in my knees, my feet, and my lower back while playing professional basketball. Before we get into the exercises, let's review some aspects of movement that can help you on your journey to unlocking better movement. The first aspect of movement is force absorption. How our body creates and distributes force determines whether or not we end up in pain at the end of the session. In order to absorb force properly, you must have a sturdy core and you must move with clean rhythm. When I say the core, I'm not talking about the six-pack ab muscles. I'm usually talking about the deep core muscles, which is the transverse abdominis and your oblique muscles. The transverse abdominis muscles are the belt that tie together your waistline. These muscles help connect the upper and lower body, which is crucial in all of our movement patterns. And they also help the hip muscles and the leg muscles stay stable so that they can work properly. The obliques work with the transverse abdominis muscles to stabilize our rib cage and provide a foundation for our upper body movement. If your core is flimsy, then your movement will be flimsy. And when our movement is flimsy, force reverberates up and down our body instead of being evenly distributed. If the force is not evenly distributed and finds a home in a specific part of our body, it might not hurt after one time, but that body part will absolutely hurt after 10,000 reps. The next aspect of movement is how we strike the ground. A common problem with a lot of runners is overstepping out in front of their center of gravity. When we run, we want to strike the ground right under our center of gravity. That helps us absorb force and also generate force to propel our bodies forward. And the third thing is nasal breathing. How we breathe has huge implications on how we move and how we live. Forceful inhales through the mouth and through the chest is going to activate our sympathetic nervous system. This system was designed to help us in life or death situations and is a huge stress response, which releases a lot of hormones to help us survive in that moment. However, this is not something that we want to repeat, especially if we're doing an activity with our long-term health in mind. My rule of thumb while working out is if I cannot perform while nasally breathing the entire time, that means I'm going too hard and I have to take a step backwards. If I continue panting through my mouth, it is activating that sympathetic nervous system and my body is creating resistance. If we want to improve, we have to nasally breathe and bring a sense of relaxation to our workout intensity. And my favorite bonus tip, just stop running. Instead of killing yourself every day, you can just walk and you will get 90% of the benefits. And instead of it being high impact, it's very low impact. Walking is almost always the better option. As promised, here are 3 exercises that can really help you out. The first exercise I like to show people is the stomach vacuum. The stomach vacuum is a good exercise to help you calibrate how your deep core muscles work, so that you can get familiar with the sensations. Because again, if you use the TVA to stabilize your hips and the obliques to stabilize your rib cage, your movement will be much cleaner and you'll get much more out of each exercise that you do. Do a couple sets of 30-second holds, and then what I want you to do is try to find that feeling in each one of your exercises. I posted a link in the description down below for those of you that want a more in-depth video. The second exercise is the couch stretch. This stretch is really going to help you release those hip flexors that are usually tight from sitting down too much. I always prioritize this stretch first, as it can allow the rest of my lower body muscles to work together and at full capacity. Again, I posted a link for those of you that want an in-depth video instruction. Now that we activated these core muscles and we released our hip flexors, it's time to turn on the glutes. First thing I want to do is get into the all fours position. My shoulders are right above my wrists and my hips are right above my knees. I want to push away from the ground as much as I can in my shoulders, and I want to find a similar stomach vacuum so that I can turn on these muscles and connect my upper and lower body. What I want to maintain is that flat and stable back without extending through the lower back too much. Lift your knees just about an inch or 2 off of the ground. Once I find a position that I like, I will lift one leg off of the ground and extend it straight backwards. The line from my right shoulder to my right heel is perfectly straight. Once you activate that core, you'll really feel your glutes working. That's exactly what we want in our movement. If you want more information on how to get those youthful legs back, follow me on social media. Also, go over to my website and sign up for the newsletter where you will receive helpful information like this on a weekly basis. Thank you for watching, you guys. Peace.